6.5 million years ago, the world was a place both familiar and alien. The continents had shifted close to the arrangement we recognize today, but the climate, the life, and the creatures walking the earth were strikingly different. In East Africa, a region that would one day cradle the story of humanity, the landscape stretched wide with patchworks of forests, woodlands, and savannas. It was here, in this ever-changing mosaic of grass and trees, that the earliest chapters of our own story began. At this time, our ancestors were not yet human. They were transitional beings, straddling the worlds of ape and human, creatures that walked a delicate line between survival and extinction. This is their story. The late Miocene epoch was an age of dramatic transformation. Global temperatures were cooling. Forests, once dense and sprawling, were retreating. Grasslands expanded, pushing many species to adapt or vanish. For primates, these shifts were pivotal. Where once tree canopies offered safety and abundant fruit, now open plains brought new challenges. Predators on the ground, harsher climates, and scarcer food sources. It was in this crucible of change that the evolutionary pressures shaping humanity first took root. Among the creatures of this time lived Sahelanthropus chadensis, one of the oldest known hominins discovered in Chad. With a skull over 6 million years old, it bore features of both ape and human. The position of its foramen magnum, the hole where the spine connects to the skull, suggested that this being could walk upright at least part of the time. This adaptation was revolutionary. Bipedalism freed the hands for carrying food, using stones, and later creating tools. It also allowed these burly ancestors to peer above tall grasses, spotting predators and opportunities alike. Yet walking upright was not without risk. It was slower than running on all fours, and these beings lacked the claws or fangs of predators. Their survival depended on intelligence, awareness, and above all, cooperation. Life 6.5 million years ago was harsh. Predators roamed the plains, saber-toothed cats, massive crocodiles, and packs of hyenas far more formidable than today. Our ancestors lived in small groups, their lives a constant balance between foraging and avoiding danger. They likely ate a varied diet, fruits and leaves when available, roots and nuts when scarce. Bones of ancient animals suggest they may have scavenged, using sharp stones to scrape marrow, a crucial source of calories and fat. Each day was a test of resilience, finding water, securing shelter in trees at night, and avoiding predators, shaped their very existence. But survival was not only about physical strength. The earliest hominins relied heavily on social bonds. Living in groups meant shared protection, more eyes to spot danger, more hands to care for young. It also meant the beginnings of communication, not yet language as we know it, but vocal calls, gestures, and shared expressions. The roots of empathy, cooperation, and social learning, traits that would one day define humanity, were already budding here, among creatures not yet human. A mother carrying her infant, a group warning each other of a stalking predator, an elder showing younger ones how to crack a nut with stone. These were the sparks of culture, the first flickers of what we would become. The environment of 6.5 million years ago was unforgiving. Droughts swept across Africa. Forests withered, replaced by dry grasslands. Many primate species went extinct, unable to adapt. But our ancestors endured. Their partial bipedalism, flexible diets, and group living gave them an edge. Each adaptation was a step, small, fragile, yet significant, toward the humans we are today. From one perspective, they were ordinary creatures, fighting to survive like any other. But from another, they were extraordinary, the bridge between ape and human, carrying the potential of all future generations. To us, they may seem primitive, even alien, but without them, we would not exist. The beings of 6.5 million years ago remind us that humanity is not a sudden invention, but a long continuum. Our intelligence, our culture, our societies, all are rooted in millions of years of struggle and adaptation. They were not yet human, but they carried the blueprint of what we would become. When we look back to this ancient time, it is easy to imagine only the dangers, the hardships, the uncertainty. But hidden in that struggle was something profound. The first steps of a journey that continues to this day. Every breath we take, every thought we have, is a continuation of a story written by beings who walked the earth long before us. 6.5 million years ago, in the heart of Africa, creatures that were not yet human began the path toward humanity. Their story is ours.